Pope invites Mediterranean Youth Council to be signs of hope. Pope Leo XIV encourages members of the Mediterranean Youth Council to be signs of hope, saying their high ideals and creativity allow them to make fundamental contributions to peace in the Mediterranean region and around the world. Pope Leo XIV on Friday told members of the Mediterranean Youth Council they are proof that dialogue is possible, that differences are a source of enrichment and not a motive for conflict, and that others are always our brothers and sisters, never strangers, or worse, enemies. Made up of representatives from countries bordering the Mediterranean Sea, the Council is intended to give young people the opportunity to make their voices heard and undertake initiatives in dialogue with civil authorities. A project and a sign. Your council is both a project and a sign, Pope Leo said during Friday's audience at the Vatican, pointing first to the project entrusted to them by Pope Francis, to restore relationships that have been broken, to rebuild cities destroyed by violence, to make a garden flourish in what is now a desert, to instill hope in the hopeless, and to encourage those caught up in themselves not to fear their brothers or sisters. Speaking in both Italian and English, the Pope went on to say that the young people themselves are the sign, a sign of a generation that does not uncritically accept what is happening, that does not look the other way or wait for someone else to take the first step. Instead, the Pope said, you represent a generation that envisions a better future and chooses to help build it. Signs of hope, heralds of the Gospel. The Holy Father invited them to continue to be signs of hope by bearing witness to Jesus Christ, by being heralds of His Gospel, especially in the area of the Mediterranean Sea, from whose shores the first disciples set out. For believers, he said, the future is one of mutual acceptance, rooted in the spiritual heritage of the region, and rejecting the blasphemy of those who would exploit those traditions by using them to justify violence and armed conflict. Sowers of peace and unity. We are called to cultivate prayer and spirituality, together with action, the Pope said, as sources of peace and points of encounter between traditions and cultures. Pope Leo concluded his remarks with an impassioned plea to young people to not be afraid, but to sow seeds of peace. Be patient builders of unity. Be the voice of those who have no voice. And be light and salt where the flame of faith and the taste for life are waning.